This isn't how a story ends, and I know you can't be mine. When you're on that stage, oh, I let you sing away, 'cause I know you'll always be, forever always mine, forever always mine. What you just heard was the first chorus from the first song I ever wrote. It's called Why Can't We Be Friends, and it started one of the most important pursuits of my life. When I was a kid, my dad played the music from bands like Depeche Mode, Erasure, The Cure, and other outdated bands. I guess I grew up listening to old people's music. Or new wave if you want to get specific. I didn't understand music theory concepts. All I knew was that it made me feel like flinging my head from side to side. So that's what I did. Anytime we would play music in the car or at home, I would hold on to something and whip my head back and forth to the beat with dramatic gusto until I was too dizzy. And no, I wasn't aware of head injuries. One day, my parents decided to throw me into piano lessons, which I ended up hating and also appreciating. Then, after, my sister decided to learn the ukulele, which inspired me to also learn it by using her ukulele. Saying she was peeved would be an understatement. I've now taught myself how to play 6 different instruments, all of these. And after learning ukulele, I wrote my first song, which is what you just heard. I wrote the whole song in about 2 hours for a school project that was due the next day. That was when I realized my potential in music. Right around this time, I got fascinated by the idea that music manipulates the spirit, the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind. The idea is that music affects you no matter what, even if you're unaware of it. In fact, you usually are unaware of it. It changes the way you feel, speak, and act, even the way you think. This has happened to me personally. At one point, I started listening to music that didn't share good messages. It had profane language, was grungy and dark. I started listening to it because it was mainstream music, and everyone listened to it. That music made me feel hopeless, and my heart slowly decayed under the music that had subjects like drugs, sex, and violence. I slowly slipped out of this, though. With my family's help, I started listening to happier music that had me feeling better than ever before. That was when I decided that I only wanted to write music that shared light and goodness so as not to affect people negatively unintentionally. Well, 2 to 3 songs later, I decided to start releasing my music on streaming platforms. I did this by producing in the home studio my father built. I've slowly but surely gotten better at production, and since my first songs, I've written and produced 2 albums with 17 songs. I've also released these on all the major platforms, including Apple Music and Spotify, and you can find me on any other platforms right now. Now, this has me thinking. Imagine a world where, imagine this. 4 steps to create a new world. Just 4 steps to change things for the better. That might sound too good to be true, but it is true. And here are the steps. Imagine a new world that is supported by positive mainstream music. A world where every new tune you hear on the radio is not only good, but also full of the hope and goodness that we humans should share with each other. Where the music you hear is written by positive role models. My big goal to get there is to create my own record label. I plan to be well known and build a team so I can create a label that supports the artists by taking care of them, their families, and promoting them. In return, I will ask for a nominal percentage of their income, and finally, I will ask that they always try and create music that is uplifting and good. I will do this with the artists that my team and I feel have the potential to become the most successful in their chosen genre. This will hopefully affect generations to come by making the music industry a place that gives light to the world. You might be asking, what makes me different from any of the others? To answer your question, I believe I have the drive and determination to spread the word. I know what I want, and I know what I'm about. But I'm not perfect. I'll never be, but I know what will get me one step closer to not only perfection, but also my final goal. And that is practice. The phrase practice makes perfect is not an exaggeration. I bet you're wondering what practicing for these things looks like. It looks like producing my own and other people's music at a school I'm going to. It looks like writing album after album for more experience. It looks like practicing, performing, and putting on live shows to learn the ropes and make the best shows possible. It looks like releasing daily videos on social media to build a following, grinding day after day. Practice, practice, practice. Now, I've been practicing these things for 4 years, but my efficiency is lacking for one reason and one reason only. As of right now, I can only do the work I need to in one place, at my house, even though I spend most of my time outside of my house. In fact, 5 days out of the week, I spend 8 hours of my day at a school that just so happens to let me work on my music during school hours, which is amazing. But alas, I'm limited to a single space, so no can do. Unless you help me out. I'm asking for the funds to build a mobile studio, equipment that I could carry in a backpack anywhere I go so I can continue to practice, practice, practice. Here is exactly what I need and how much it will cost. Again, this is not only for functionality, but also for efficiency. First, I'll need a digital audio workstation. This is the software that will run everything that I need it to. This one is called Logic Pro, and it's an industry standard. Secondly, I'll need some way to connect all the equipment with each other. I will do this by using an audio interface which makes all of the controls and connections easy to manipulate. Next, I have to be able to record my voice, so after researching, the SM7B is the perfect mic for recording the kind of vocals I record. The stand is so I don't have to hold the mic all the time. I've also included wireless lavalier mics, which will help me to create videos for my social media and other things. A USB hub is pretty self-explanatory. I will have the computer connected to a lot of different cables, so I have to expand the amount of inputs on the computer. USB, HDMI, USB-C, etc. You might be wondering, or a bit confused looking at the plugins section. Plugins are pieces of software that are separate from the DAW, or the Digital Audio Workstation. They're kind of like add-ons that boost efficiency and sometimes even give you new capabilities. All of the plugins I've listed up here will affect the quality and efficiency of my mixing. Now, I need a computer. The one I've chosen is a MacBook Pro. I know that it's expensive, but in order to run everything that you see here and more, I need the horsepower that this computer provides. Also, it can fit in a backpack along with everything else here. I'll use the money for a pair of high-quality headphones so I can hear all the nuances of my mix so I can change things on the fly wherever I am in the world. I'll also need a cable to connect the mic to the interface so I can actually record, and finally, a looper pedal. I am super excited about this looper pedal. This pedal has a huge range of features that will help me with my guitar playing and my live performances. What it does is it loops what I play real time so I can be a one-man band. Performing is something I definitely need to improve on, and this will help me do just that. That all totals to exactly $5,018.75. That's a lot of money. I suppose if I started working minimum wage for 40 hours a week, I could make it. But that would take months. That's valuable time being spent away from music. I could use that time to make something amazing. I could use it to practice, practice, practice. Not only that, but there are doors that are time sensitive and will close if I don't receive the equipment in a timely manner. That's why getting this money would be an incredible gift that would help me move forward. Speaking of moving forward, let's look forward to the future for just a moment. After receiving this incredible gift, what do I promise to give back? I can't just take and not give. Well, I'm glad you asked. Firstly, I plan to do 5 shows around my area using these tools to practice for doing big shows in the future. This will be an incredible learning experience, and not only that, I hope it will be enjoyable for everyone who listens. That's why I'm inviting each of you to come hang out and jam with me. Here is a picture of the flyer for my first concert of the 5. Tickets will be $10 at the front, and all the proceeds will go towards helping me support a charity that I've become super passionate about. Secondly, I plan on writing, producing, and releasing 2 more albums just this year. That is 22 more songs. The equipment I am asking for will help incredibly with production, as I will be able to work on my music anywhere I go. You can find all of my music under my name, and if you want to know when they're out, you can follow me on my Instagram. Now, how do you know I'll deliver? Well, my past achievements should prove that to you. This is my dream. This is what I choose to do for the rest of my life. The things I have listed here are practice, practice, practice. Practicing for the future. The future. This is my final goal. The goal will define my legacy and hopefully change the world. You can be a part of that legacy. Support me, you support the future, and change the world. Thank you.